MOTU Madness dropped today and hit harder than a punch from He-Man himself. Join us as we run down the MOTU fall catalog, drop, and kick off our 10K sub celebration right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. Happy Friday. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching a very special edition of Toy Habits Live. Congratulations, Michael. We hit 10K. How's it feel?
Oh my gosh, it feels amazing. It's very surreal is what it is. How about you? Congrats.
Yeah, it is amazing, and we couldn't have done it with all of you out there. Yeah. All of our subs, all of our viewers, all of the support we have from our crew members. We have all of you to thank for it. And with that, we're gonna talk about some celebrations that are gonna happen throughout this entire month. Yeah, we had some other stuff planned. I had some dumb little glasses I just broke before the stream started. But I hope my little effect worked.
There we go.
No. Anyway, it's great. We finally hit that milestone, and we couldn't have done it without all of your help. So Thank you so much for that. It's incredible. And my gosh, the MOTU news did not stop.
No, we were waiting for this too.
Yes, and it was rolled out like differently the last time, and in these like waves of just stuff. I felt like they were like popping up like when you're playing whack-a-mole, and then at the end of the whole madness, that's when like the actual like fall catalog calendars hit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what their not what their deal was, but like what their intent was for this rollout. It seemed very haphazard. It wasn't as, I guess, structured as years before. But yeah, it was funny because I was looking on the so-called influencers web pages, and last year they had all the official images and everything, but they were just rolling it out on their master's Instagram account.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we started seeing some chatter from no less our amazing crew. I want to thank Bex in particular, who first spotted some Amazon postings for the ThunderCats crossover figures, and from there it just exploded.
That's crazy.
It was like one thing after another. So thank you, Bex. Thank you to the rest of the crew as well for that heads up. And the rest of it just like all slid downhill after that. And speaking of the crew, why don't we go ahead and say hi to the chat, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about our 10,000K celebration, which is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be going on all month long. Thanking all of our viewers.
Yes. So we're starting the thank you to our crew Star Wars style tonight, so you can see your name as it could be seen in a movie. But we really appreciate your support, and it's really fun hanging out with you every week. And we're finally back on a Friday, which is awesome.
Yes, finally, especially this Friday, which is super important. So let's check in on the chat. A big hello to Pedro, which I know personally helped get lots of subs for us, and I think you're going to dive into a little shout out for him in a little bit. But Pedro, thank you so much for your support. You are incredible. Big hello to Neil Hunter Hyde, one of our original crew members, and thank you for the congratulations. That is awesome. We got Mythic Dolphin here also with some congratulations. Angry Wookiee Sounds, which it wouldn't be the same if Chewie did not say hello. We also got right-handed Skeletor. A big hello to our crew member Frank Pryor. MOTU Prince is here. Big hello to Rob 2023, which is also one of our original Toy Habits crew. Good to see you. Say hi to Dorothy for us. We got John Guzman here. We have crew member Mint with Card also joining us. Crew member Ryan Cole is here. We got Cora in the house. Ralph is here. Thomas is here. Big hello to original crew member Brennan Barnes. Happy 10K. Thank you, Brennan. So nice of you to say. On our U83. Extra Creepy is also joining us. I think I said hi to John. GM Fitz G is here. We got our crew member Everlost as well. I think I said hi to Motu Prince, but if I didn't, I'll say hi to you again. We also have crew member Bigham joining us. Crew member Roman Schilling is here. We have the one and only original crew member Joe Coleman. Happy 10K. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for supporting the channel. And Joe also is also so kind. And Ryan gifting memberships. And we couldn't have done this without your guys' support. We also have King Panther here. We have crew member Tony Wheelock joining us. Turtles Toy Box. I think I said hi to Mint with Car, but he's also an amazing crew member. Adapto ND is here. Crew member Jedi Ben. Crew member Kenzo's Creations. Thank you, Kenzo, for the big congratulations. And a big congrats to Joe Coleman for being a crew member for 24 months.
Holy cow.
And what a milestone to hit at our 10,000 subs. Congratulations, Joe. That is awesome. We have Junior here. We have Chris Owens, All Music Fan 88. Stephen Komarak is joining us. Junior is here. Ralston is here. Chris. We have the one and only and original crew member, the Baroness of Toys. Good to see you, Baroness. The Baroness brought me back this super cute Chuck E. Cheese from her trip in San Diego. I had seen it when I went down there a couple weeks ago in a vendor over at this place called the Ninja Exchange, and the vendor was closed because he happened to be at the toy show that we just left. And I was like so sad because I wanted to get Chucky, so she went back and got it.
Oh, how cute.
Thank you so much for that, really appreciate it. I love him. We got Chris Owens here. I think I already said hi to Ryan Cole, but hello to you again. Amazing member. We got Joe Rizzo 30 in the house. We have Helter Santos, Tony Wheelock. I think I said hi to you too, but he's a crew member as well. We got also crew member Frankie Rivera, also one of our original Toy Habits crew members, and Joe Coleman again in the house, gifting 5 Toy Habits memberships. Wow. That is so awesome. Joe, thank you. That worked. We got the nerd alert here as well. Joe, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Crew member Legend Odison is joining us. Crew member Sight Beyond Sight. I love that one. Yeah. That's an awesome name. Crew member Legend Odison. Sorry, I got repeated people. Okay, I think we got through everybody. So that is wonderful. Thank you all for being here and being in the chat. Take it away, Michael.
That's so awesome. No, I'm taking it nowhere. I was gonna plus in Neil Hunter Hyde's 10K and so many Motu drops. I think what Mattel was waiting for was to ring in our finally hitting 10K with a big Motu drop. That's what they were waiting for, right?
That's why they were late. That's why it's not Motu March Madness. It was Motu April Madness.
Right. And good thing it didn't happen on April Fools.
I was going to say, could you imagine?
I know, right?
You got me with a good joke on April Fools, by the way. Thank you very much.
Well, the crew got us. Giraffe got us. You know, he got me for like 10 seconds with a joke. So
my God. Okay, so you know that Mattel Creations had a launch calendar, and there were 2 dates on there. April 23rd, which showed Hurricane Hordak, and then April 28th that just said Motu and it had no name on it. And it sat there for, I don't know, a few days. So April 1st rolls around, and I'm so busy with work, I'm not even realizing it's April Fool's Day. Michael sends me a message. Oh, they updated the name on the April 28th drop. Look what it is. And I zoom in on the photo. I don't know if he has it. And I look, and the font looks perfect. And it says Titus Giant something on it. And it said like Motu Origins typed underneath. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I got to write this up. What? And we haven't talked for like a couple days. I know you were super busy, right? So I was like, I need to call Michael. This is too big. And as soon as I pick up the phone, what do you say to me? Oh, by the way, what day is it? And I was like, right, it's April 1st. Yeah. So I took the opportunity to have fun and play the same joke on the Baroness. And I'm sorry about that fairness, but it was fun. And then I did the same thing to Ken. For toy connections as well. He's like, whoa, so and I'm like, no, it's fake.
It was so well done. It was in the right font, and the only telltale sign that I saw was it had like it had Titus's like sub name under it too, and I was like, I don't think they do that. And then I went to the calendar and I was like, oh, I got fooled.
Yeah, it was like a little too real. I can't scroll back to find it, but anyway, it was great played, my friend, because it totally went over my head. Anyway, I almost like totally lost my shit for a second. And that would have been cool if it was Titus.
Yes.
And there's still always a chance.
All right. Did we plus in Adopto ND? Sorry, I was not paying attention.
No.
Okay.
So, well, yeah.
Thank you, Adopto ND, for becoming a crew member. That's awesome.
Congratulations and welcome to the crew. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. You are in amazing company, Adopto. So before we dive into the news, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going to be happening this month for our 10,000K celebration.
Yay!
That worked. That thing's like 10 years old. We are going to be having an amazing month. And because the last 2 days was so insane with MOTU drops and GI Joe news and all the other stuff, we have not been able to prepare the giveaway for this week's show. But we wanted to talk about the rules, and we're going to be giving it away, this and much and more throughout the month of April. So you're going to you're going to want to make sure to tune in, because in order to win, there's a couple rules. You need to be in the chat watching live in order to actually win this, because we're going to get your names and then pick a name. You got to live in the United States, because we can't afford to ship all this stuff overseas. So sorry for our overseas viewers. And the last thing is, it's just going to be throughout the month of April. So we want to thank all of you for your support, for watching the channel, for just being an amazing Toy Habits community. And also thank all of the members that help donate items to the giveaway, to supplement what Michael and I have included in here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we have a huge show tonight, so didn't have time for the giveaway, but we are going to be celebrating all month long. So the bubbles went through. Get ready. Don't miss next week's show, because we're going to start with something cool. And at the end of the last show, we're going to be giving away MOTU, which is the grand prize. So you don't want to miss that.
Yes. Yeah. So there were so many things to give away. We could not do it all in one show. And so we're going to give away probably like 3 or 4 things a show until the end of April. So
because
there's a lot. Yes. And crew member Rob 2023 donated something cool that we'll show off in the coming weeks. But there's surprises, like Mr. Home Arcade is donating something. Carnage 717 from our crew is also donating something. I mean, there's a lot coming.
So it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
You
don't want to miss it. And without further ado, I guess with that, we're going to dive into the MOTU news. But again, thank you all for the amazing support. And we finally hit 10K subs, and we're all one big happy Toy Habits family.
Yes.
So get ready.
We're also going to be shouting out a few key people each week too. This week, we are going to send a special shout out to the man from Portugal who came on our show to talk about MOTU vehicles and show off his stuff, Pedro Ribeiro. So every week, I don't know what he does, but he just champions the Toy Habits channel overseas. And, every week he says, hey, I've got you, 10 subs here, 15 subs there. It's just so nice of him, just going out of the way, out of his way, just out of the goodness of his heart to get us over the line. So Pedro, thank you very much.
Gracias. I know it's not Portuguese, but it's the closest I can get.
So,
thank you.
Yes. And then, before actually, this is a good segue into the MOTU news and all the pre-orders. I also want to send a special shout out to the Instagram, or his name is El Cofre Geek. His name is Fidel. He's from Mexico, and he is the wizard at digging up things on Amazon. So I was chatting with him yesterday. We have chatted off and on for the longest time, and he starts sending me these Amazon links, and he's like, oh, by the way, I have Cartoon Collection Wave 26. I was like, holy crap. Like, all of this stuff started coming. I have the next Masterverse wave, Wave 18, which is not even coming out for a while, which is up for pre-order. So, you know, that allowed us to get all of this stuff out. So like a lot of the stuff that is up for pre-order is not, it's not officially released by Mattel yet, or it's not on fan channels yet. So don't think of these as Amazon exclusives. These are just on Amazon right now.
Right now, because they have their links active, but there's no photos. And then when you try and click back in it, it has you get the little oops dummy. But they'll get there.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop, and actually Amazon has stuff for a heck of a lot cheaper.
Yes.
So basically what I did was I dropped a link in the chat, which basically would take you to, it takes you to this page. And what we've done is we've basically made a kind of super focused Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, Cartoon Collection, ThunderCats page where you can see everything that's in stock right now. So awesome. Ninja, Terraclaw, Skeletor, this is Masterverse Wave 18. They don't have official images yet, so that's going to be fun when they publish those. All the cartoon figs, the ThunderCats figs. And what's interesting is if you toggle this in stock, it'll show you the stuff that is there, but it's not in stock. So She-Ra, so we found She-Ra, and this is where the MOTU Origins Cartoon Collection Whiplash, there's Shadow Weaver, there's Bo, and some of the other ThunderCats figs that are not either not in stock right now or temporarily out of stock. So use this as a resource, and it's fun. We even made a new a little banner at the top. So if you click on that, you'll actually go to this page. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. You don't have to search for it. It's right there at the top of our page. I was actually able to order a Bo and Whiplash from Amazon.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they were in stock at some point. So just keep checking it because
yeah, it's actually fun. It's fun to check because sometimes Amazon will get stuff in and out of stock, and because they're temporarily sold out or not available now, it doesn't mean that they're sold out forever. This is basically going behind the scenes in Amazon, and I don't know how El Cofre Geek does it, but he was able to do it. And the insane thing is the Masterverse Wave 18 figures are available for pre-order. I was like, wow.
Which is so cool. I mean, that is awesome that he was able to find those for us. Thank you so much. And, did the community a huge favor. And, given the universe we're living in right now and the price of things, Amazon has been so much cheaper. I don't know if you guys have noticed, a couple of fan channels, one in particular unnamed, which is not on this front page, has been kind of cranking up their prices quite a bit just in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I've noticed things go up $2, $4, $5. It's kind of nuts. So Amazon's got the best prices. Entertainment Earth has kind of kept their prices under control. The other latter one, some things are okay price and normal, but some stuff has been kind of wacky. So anyway, if you find it on Amazon, they still have their regular pricing, which is great.
Yes. Yeah. So this is what we were treated to today, and I want to give a huge shout out to King Panther. Thank you so much for recruiting people in Toylanta. That's awesome that you took pics with Mega J too.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Mega J had his Toy Habit shirt on, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
The one we sent him. The one that I custom made for him.
Nice.
Pinkor and Mossman. Yes. Which is like amazing, two stinky guys going at it.
They need Tom's natural deodorant. Oh wait, that's probably not strong enough.
I meant Mossman and Stinkor. They're stinky.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the fun thing about this is I also want to give a huge shout out to the people that take the time to send us information early so we can share it with you. So all of the stuff that you're seeing here is everything that we were given. And it's funny because I know people's writing styles now. I can tell who they are, but I don't know who they are or who their name is. But, you know, several people across the internet have, you know, given us information that was just confirmed by MOTU's fall catalog drop today. So it's really awesome.
It is amazing. This was what we were waiting for. And we thought we were going to get it at the end of May. I'm glad it finally came out, that everything is kind of congealed in one organized location. I love getting these fall catalogs, the little like checklists, you know, with the old school check boxes next to them. Yeah. And what's really neat is if when you zoom in, there's product numbers next to it too. Yes. Because sometimes when we find stuff in systems, we'll find the little product number, but there won't be like a description, or like something this morning, which there's Target's faux pas switching names.
Oh yeah, we'll see that later.
Yes, we will see that later, but at least with the product number, we can verify we have the right thing. But they're not on this checklist actually.
Yes. And all right, so we're going to kick stuff off with the cartoon collection pre-orders. And it's funny because typically when this stuff dropped in the past, it usually coincided with when retailers would put stuff up for pre-order. So a lot of stuff went up for pre-order yesterday. Some remaining stuff went up today. And it was pretty crazy because we weren't really sure what was going on. And then at about like noon or 1 or somewhere around that time, the Masters Instagram channel started dropping their catalogs, and I was like, okay, today is the day.
Exactly. Yeah. It all came together. These guys look amazing. We got to see them on display at New York Toy Fair for the first time, which is something we normally don't get to see before the MOTU Spring March Madness drops. Right?
Yeah. I actually really like that, and I hope they continue that next year. Like, I honestly don't like, you know, actually, you probably don't like this too, is just getting a whole dump of official images everywhere. And we're like, what the heck do we do now?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough, like, because you don't have time to like digest it and see what it is. I mean, it kind of sucked also New York Toy Fair weekend, but I'm past that because that was hard. But now that when we get the pre-orders, at least we have information on each of the characters. We know the figures that were going to be coming out. And it was nice to kind of have that background information ready so that when this stuff does drop, we can just focus on giving people information on where to buy them rather than having to process what the actual product is in, you know, in terms of design and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. That just makes it that much harder.
Yes, Rob 2023 said, doesn't appear they showed exclusive. Yeah, so their exclusives they held back for their Mattel Creations revealed event. So all of the exclusives will be shown on Mattel Creations. I think this is all of their retail drops right now.
And
if that's what you meant.
What's great is there really hasn't been a retailer exclusive except for 2 items that we're going to talk about. But all of the rest of most of this all mainline things.
Yeah.
Right, which is wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. What I like about these official images, so yes, we get to see little Orko as Uncle Montork, and we get to see some more detail and some more angles for the figure. So like in Toy Fair, we pretty much only saw the front, maybe the side, maybe the back, if somebody was, you know, feeling frisky and, you know, was able to maneuver in the back. And so,
so the scale of this Orko, my Orko's over there. The scale of this Orko is so much more appropriate to the size of the figures.
Yeah,
that is what I really like. The other one's much bigger.
Yeah, it's so funny because I was just looking at that Orko in package and I was like, he's freaking huge.
I know, it never made sense. And if you look at like the MOTU Classics Orko, he's a lot smaller too, and he's in the right scale to the figures. So I like that they scaled him.
Yeah, and you can see some details in his necklace here. It actually says Hero on it, which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, so there's little Orko, and then you know, Grizzlor we also was shown at Toy Fair. So you know, here's a nice studio shot of him in all of his hairy goodness, coming with his little mirror. So I like it. I like it's cool. It's cool the way they kind of do the photography here. I really like that.
Yeah, I love that, and that they made that reflective.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. Fun figure. Not as hairy as the original one, but we'll take him. He looks really good and very cartoon like for the cartoon collection.
Well, he's perfect for the cartoon collection, and we can't ask for more than the two versions of classic Grizzlor. We got Dark Place Grizzlor and regular Grizzlor, which is incredible. So I'm super satisfied and happy with the Grizzlors we have, and it's fine that this one is, plastic and looks like the cartoon.
Yes. Yeah, and it's funny. Maybe Grizzlor, got one of those Manscaper, shavers and was like, I'm tired of this. Rob 2023 says it's leg day. Leg day is strong with him. I love it.
If he's going to be in Hordak's castle, he has to be well groomed because Hordak's not going to put up with him.
That's right. That's right.
And that's why he's looking in the mirror. He's like,
yeah,
he's like manscaping over there with the mirror.
And he's like, I need to see my face too, so I need to shave all my hair off.
There you go.
All right, and then we got a good shot of Fang Man, and I want to pull up the Pedro's comment that he made about Fang Man. Oh, there we go. He said Fang Man's head shouldn't be that way. The correct head is using Reptilax's head. So, yeah, I mean, cool. This is a cool wave. This is a deep cut figure. I can't remember how many. He might have only appeared in one episode, but he was a MOTU Classics figure, and I'm happy that they're making that because it gives me hope that they'll make Strong Ore or Strong Arm, whatever they call it, if they still have the rights to that name.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we get to see the back of him and a side view of his scaly neck. It kind of reminds me of those, like a bulldog with those folds.
Oh yeah. You're absolutely right. He totally looks like that. I love his tongue sticking up. Super cool. I mean, it's just like the he looks great. And his bright colors will like really pop on the shelf with the cartoon figures.
Yes. And so that dropped on Entertainment Earth and other retailers. So the way that we have all of these articles spread out is we have this stuff by wave this time because we had a little bit more time to prep instead of shoving everything in one ginormous article. So if you go here, you can order from your online retailer du jour. And it was an expensive day today. Plus, it didn't help that we were adding to the pre-orders unofficially, so making people spend more money too. So sorry, not sorry.
Well, you know what? All the retailers that have these on sale right now, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, and BBTS, will not charge you until the item actually ships. So you got your order locked in. Hopefully they don't cancel them. I know Entertainment Earth and BBTS typically don't cancel once in a rare while. But you got your orders in, and then you won't get charged until they ship. So it's, and with BBTS, you have your pile of loops, and then you kind of ship that when you have control over it. So it was an expensive day, but that's like future me problem, not me problem.
Exactly. Yes, Big M MOTU is making my wallet cry. Totally.
And it's like the worst timing because, like in California, our property taxes are like due like final date in like in a week, which I just paid mine last night. So it was painful with all these pre-orders. I know.
Yeah. It is. We finally got to see Whiplash, and it was funny because the official image that they have for Whiplash looked horrible. When they revealed their fall catalog, I was like, oh, that's better. So that prompted me to put this together. And I was like, this is the reason why these digital renders, they're not a great representation of what the actual figure looks like, or it's the angles or whatever. But
the angles, right?
Yeah, it's the head-on shot with this digital render. I was not digging this figure, but then when you look at the production image, then it's like, oh, okay, it actually looks not bad.
Yeah, and speaking of production images versus the digital renders, we'll see when we get to like the ThunderCats that when we got those official images, the figures look even better there as well. So they're always, you know, improving it. And the digital renders, it can only do so much. So,
yeah,
it looks much better.
Absolutely. Oh, it totally does. Totally does. And yeah, so we saw Shadow Weaver and Bo at Toy Fair, and it was funny because Whiplash was MIA, and people were like, "Wait, where's Whiplash?" And maybe he wasn't ready for prime time yet. Who knows? But yeah, so this is the digital render that was going around this morning. And MOTU Shrek. Oh my gosh, totally. That's totally MOTU Shrek vibes. I love that, Brennan. Oh my gosh, that face. Yeah, and it's funny because the head sculpt itself looks very different than you know than this one. So I'm actually really happy the way that the actual production figure turned out.
So it looks so much better. Hello, Miss Allison Troy. Congrats on being a member for 24 months. So happy to have you here celebrating, and you get some bubbles too for that 2-year.
I love that. Lord of Brooklyn, BK for life. That's a manly jawline. Sure is.
It is. It is.
It's funny. My daughter and her friends, you know how you like can squish your face down and you can get like double chins and stuff. She calls them derps for some reason. I don't know why. And it seems like Whiplash would have a lot more derps than just kind of one massive derp if he's like kind of smushing his head down.
Absolutely. What's the tail like on him? Close to the vintage. You know, I'm thinking the tail is probably closer to what they did on Reculax than other, you know, ones.
Oh yeah.
You know, kind of more like this, but like shaped a little differently. But it's probably harder to tell. It's hard to tell from this angle. So hopefully his looks great.
Yes. Brian asked, "What's his gun?" Yeah, so not time to do a ton of research on where this gun came from. There was not any description like there was for the other figures around like what his accessory was inspired by. So if somebody knows, Allison Troy, maybe, do you know where is it like a gun or a rocket launcher or something, or I don't know, like an RPG?
I'm sure it's probably something really cool from one of the episodes that he used, and probably backfired on him or something. And, we'll find.
Yeah. So yeah, so those those were not supposed to go up for pre-order, but El Cofre Geek was kind enough to send us the entire assortment on Amazon. So if you go to the article, the only place that is lit up is Amazon, and that's the only place where you'll find it right now. So just keep checking back. I think Shadow Weaver is still in stock. Bo is in stock off and on, and Whiplash was in stock off and on. So these are not their official pre-order. So it might be a while before they actually officially get released by Mattel and BBTS and Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, and I wouldn't worry at all because they're not like Michael just said. This isn't an official pre-order. When they do come out, they'll come out on all the fan channels. They'll come out back on Amazon. There'll be plenty for everybody to get. This is just a way for you to kind of, if you were able to order early, wonderful. But yeah, they'll continue to get those.
That's that. We got crew member Everlost saying that this is Leatherhead's tail. So that's also looks like they're reusing parts for Whiplash, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to see Leatherhead. Yeah, he might be right about that.
So, that's awesome. Very cool. So yeah, those were the cartoon collection stuff. And moving on to ThunderCats was actually really, really fun. They did a lot for the ThunderCats and a lot of really, really cool images. I was super happy to see all the official images.
Yeah, the cardback art looks incredible. I love the color scheme of the rock burst, using kind of like those ThunderCats colors with like blue rocks and then kind of the sunburst theme that they would do on their classic packaging, which looks incredible. It's a little different than what they did with the turtle line with the Turtles of Grayskull, because that one had like the additional characters illustrated on the front. I thought they might have went that way with this, but this packaging still looks really, really cool and just really like nostalgic Thundercat style. So
oh yeah, I totally dig that. I needed your breakdown on that because I'm not super familiar on like the vintage side of the Thundercats cards, but it looks like a nice hybrid of both MOTU and Thundercats.
it is. And if you take a look at like the companion figures, which I'll show you, like if you look at a vintage Snarf or any of the Wily Kit or Wily Cat vintage cards, those, or like the Burbles, I think those use kind of that sunburst, and I'll show you an example of it right now. Sorry if I have this screen over this way. So this is kind of the cues that they took.
Oh, are you showing something?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, there it comes. Okay.
So if you see kind of like the blue rock,
yeah,
and the sunset burst right here, and then especially kind of the black with that kind of blue line in it, that at the top of the sunset, that's really like where they got their cues. And if you go back to the card art that we were looking at, which we'll stop sharing, we'll add this back onto the stage. You see at the top of the Masters of the Universe logo, how you kind of get that little blue like faded line at the black, and then obviously the colors of like the sunset at the rock inside the rock burst, like within it. That's really where you're getting, and of course the blue rock that we saw in the mountain range. That is where you're getting that. And if you also look at carded examples or box examples of other vintage Thundercats products like the Sky Cutter and things like that, they all have that motif to it. So they really took from those colorways and that inspiration on the packaging, which is what I really, really love.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a more simplistic card art design too, with less illustrations. There's a lot. I mean, the rock burst, it's there's a lot going on with the rock burst, but it's pretty tame. But I like its simplicity. I like the simplicity of the back of the card too, and I love the black card backs.
Me too. That is completely like vintage style. So I'm gonna actually grab my vintage walrus man here so you guys can have a direct.
Brennan, I'm gonna plus in Brennan's comment. He said that poor Stondar, he exploded. Yep.
Oh no.
Maybe his brother Rock On or whatever, his cosmic brother or whatever he was to him.
So this one happens to have like a big, mail away function feature on the back of it up here, but the rest of the card back is, really with that black, the black with the cross cell stuff on it, and then of course kind of like the orange, yellow colors of the text. So that's again using that motif that is classic Thundercats. It's just great. So I love that they're doing that on the card back.
Oops. Yeah, they did a really good job. Yeah, poor Rock On and Stondar.
Aww.
Took one for the team for the card.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, so a lot of so basically if you go to this page, we're collecting where these are going up for pre-order, and funny enough, Skelraw is actually on Target right now. So if you click on Target, and if you prefer to pre-order from Target, some people might have a circle coupon that you could use, and I pre-ordered Skelraw and then the two other MOTU Origins figures that we'll talk about later to get $15 off my order. So sorry that the Toy Sorceress didn't have that to take advantage of.
I don't have that dang coupon. The Paris showed me her coupon this morning too, and I was like, I didn't have that on mine.
Maybe the Baroness. Maybe she stole it from you. So yeah, so then and then El Cofre Geek, he was kind enough to send us all of the Wave 2 ThunderCats MOTU crossovers on Amazon. So just check back to see when those are stock. And you scored Panthro, didn't you, before it went temporarily out of stock? Is that right?
Yeah. So yesterday, when all of these things hit, and I was trying to process all the information, I happened to the first thing I did was just like add all these to the cart as I was trying to save information. And I was able to get a Panthro, but then it sold. But again, I wouldn't worry about it because this isn't official pre-orders yet. These are going to go up for everybody to be able to order, and I'm sure everyone's going to be able to get them. So.
Yeah.
I think I just ordered one, and then I tried to do like a second order for like you or the Baroness, and like immediately already said like the quantity wasn't working, and there was an error to add to cart. So it just I don't even know like if it was supposed to go through. So it's just Well, so the rest of them are not active yet.
Yeah. Well, Joe liked the Turtles of Grayskull line, but he's so much more excited for this, and I love this Dio shot. It kind of reminds me of what they did with the Rulers of the Sun, and it's really interesting because this whole entire wave is basically a 90% good guy wave against Skullrock. I was like, what?
It's funny because I didn't even notice I had this next to me, but the Super 7 reaction figures did a really similar scene like this. It's not on this wave card back because it's on one of the later figures, but they did the same similar thing with like kind of all of the guys sitting on the rocks. But again, here's another example of the black card back that burst, and then the black. I had it sitting right next to me. Didn't notice. The black with the nice.
You always have everything right next to you. I know. I love it. Huge shout out to Vlad the Impaler. Good to see you. We've been chatting on Instagram. Thank you so much for sending us the gem bounties. That was super, super nice of you.
I have her here. I've been so busy. I want to find a good place to display her. So I got to crack her open from the box because something's going to have to move. So that's why I have to rearrange. Get a nice spot. But thank you again for sending her. She is amazing.
Miss Allison Troy says this makes more sense than Turtles of Grayskull did. This and Sunman feel like logical crossovers. Yeah, like they're killing it with their crossover lines, and it's funny. I didn't notice the co-branding on the other image until now, but Warner Brothers is co-branding this, so maybe they're getting some extra money thrown at them, and there's all these new parts and all these cool armor pieces and paint jobs and.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
I am so excited. It's like two of my favorite properties like mushed together. It's like so great. So great. And those reaction card backs are amazing. It's too bad Super 7 isn't making more, but they're really, really cool. But I can't wait to get these figures.
Yeah.
Their card backs as well.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord, Joe. Slippery Slope got 2 of each so I can have them in their OG look in the attorney and armor. I'm sure that's what they wanted you to do. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was going to be super cool. I didn't order 2 Linos because I want him one carded and one to open. But these guys are so cool. It's like, they look incredible. And I think when we get into the official images, you'll see that they've honed these in a little bit more from what the original render reveals we saw back a couple months ago.
Yep. Yeah, these look great. Yeah, so we'll just go down the page. So we only saw the figures in their MOTU form at Toy Fair. So I like that when we got the official images, they were actually undressed as regular ThunderCats too, which is cool.
Yeah, that is so cool. I love seeing them. I like that they have a picture of Lionel like in his regular state in the back. Let's go look at the back again real fast. You flip past that real fast.
Which one?
Go back up to the card back part. There you go.
Sorry, because I thought we already looked at that. So.
Oh no, you're good. But I just like drooling over it a little bit because.
Oh, got it. Okay.
No, the card back art looks great. I love it. Like Lionel, you can see him in both looks, and the same thing, kind of like with Mumra, like transforming. And then the font that they have there and everything. It's so iconic. So,
yes.
I'm just really good.
Yeah. It's funny because, since this is Masters of the Universe forward, they're packing them as their MOTUized form.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Which, it's cool because I have several parted like Lionos. So now I'll have Lionel in his Eternity.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be fun, but I hate the thought of chase figures because it's so stressful. It's like they should pack some in their regular ThunderCat form. And pack like one every other box or one a box or something. And I thought that'd be fun.
That would be really cool. And speaking of chase figures, you just rubbed salt in my wound because I missed the chase figures on the Super Powers. I forgot that Entertainment Earth packs or case packs.
Sorry,
I was getting
case
an article
figures,
done. I was
coupons.
like, I already ordered these. I don't need it. And then when I looked at the details, I was like, I had Riddler, which was considered a chase figure. I'm like, now I can't even get Riddler.
Oh no.
We'll talk about that. Sorry,
Yeah.
that brought up like that memory.
Oh, that's all right. You know, like bringing up coupons, chase figures. What else can I do tonight?
I know. It's just a lot of salt rubbed in my wounds today.
All right. Shake the salt out.
Lionel looks amazing.
Yes. And what's cool is like we get descriptions of the figures too, so which is awesome. Neat. So he so there's his regular form looks cool, and Cora was saying finally affordable Thundercats in 5.5-inch scale. I love that.
Yes, it is so true, and he looks amazing with the chest armor there, and I think they got rid of the little freckles on his forehead. Thank God.
Really?
So I'm like that was gonna have to come off with alcohol if they didn't.
Is it like is it a layer that they just forgot to delete in the digital render? Like
I don't know. It made no sense. Like I don't know, never had dots on his forehead. Like he never had freckles up on his forehead. So thank God they took those off. But he looks incredible. I love his like furry loincloth and his furry boots. He looks great in this form as well. And and it's awesome that he can pull his sword out from behind his back there. Amazing.
Yeah, it is really cool. I dig the furry underwear, this style in these 5.5-inch figures. I think that's really neat. It's like it's a blend of the Masterverse line, and also the way that they're doing their boots too with the fur on top. It's really neat. Yeah,
I might have to get like
extra fur.
And one to keep parted because he looks really cool like this.
Yeah. And let me know if I'm moving on too fast. But Chitara, so the Master's Instagram account posted all of these cool Dio shots. So there's a photo of Chitara with her Motu eyes garb on, which is neat. Their armor.
Yeah, she looks cool. And then that alternate head has her hair kind of swooped back. She's really awesome.
Yes. Yeah, so that was fun. Oh yeah, there's the little Warner Brothers insignia. So there we go. Right.
The logo looks so good. It's so crisp and clean, like the Thundercats logo.
Yeah.
Right? They got that nice and sharp, and even the one in her little. She has something.
Very cool. Yeah, so we saw her like this at Toy Fair, and let's see. Yeah, so she looks great. We didn't I don't think we saw a behind shot of her, but she looks really cool.
She looks really cool. And I think at Toy Fair, some people, we might have gotten a photograph from behind that someone took.
Oh Toy Hunters Hollow, the boots with the fur, I love it. What is up, Rod and Damien? So nice to have you in the chat. Dave, you mean Chila. I love it. But the cool thing is they stripped her down to her Thundercats original form, which she looks
so good here. Oh my God. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just in her just regular form as well. These are awesome. Bravo. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, she looks so good. I love the little spots on her, like her shoulder and up her neck and everything. And her face paint looks amazing. Her hair looks fantastic. They did it.
No fur on the boots. Come on.
No furry boots.
No, she looks great. Well, actually, she does have furry boots up here. So you can
up there, yeah.
The great thing about it is you can mix and match. You can give her whatever look you want.
That's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love what they do.
Alejandro, Chitara looks like that elderly school teacher. Oh, God rest her soul. She was great. I forget her name. Everlost. She looks like she has Ripley hair from Aliens. Oh my gosh, totally. It's the look. It's that classic 80s hairstyle, right? They probably modeled it after. So, all right. Yeah, Chitara looks awesome. And then we got a cool image of course, it's Skeletor that they would feature in this one because the Masters of the Universe is posting this stuff. But Skeletor looks great.
I love how he looks in his Mum-Ra form, which is incredible. I think we did get an image of that as well. So I'm like really excited.
Yeah, it's
I know
interesting.
Not in the Dio shots, but in the official images.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because you can see like the bronze little skulls, a lot more detail that you can see in these official Dio shots, which is neat.
Yes. And this figure, out of all of them, has the most wildly different price points. So it's supposed to be $29. It was $29 on Amazon. It was $29 on Target. It was $35 on BBTS.
Oh, good Lord.
I forget how much he was on Entertainment. But he had like kind of the most swing in his price point. But his box looks amazing.
Yes. Yes. Let's take a look at Skeletor's box.
What's his package look like?
Skeletor's package. Oh my God.
His package nicely adorned.
Yeah. two figures. You get two packages. Two figures in one. Yeah, they basically adapted the single card art onto the box. It looks great. This is probably the size box that like the Prince Adam and Cringer and all of those other ones came in. Oh yeah, it looks like the what do you call it? The Sketchbook Series 2-pack kind of size and shape, which is neat.
Same size box. And you know, can I point something out? I don't know if you're able to zoom in on the text. Just
which one?
Something like the nerd in me of doing graphics and architecture. But if you see Skeletor's name on the back there, and it's written in white, but it's the same font as they use on the back too. It says Battlematic Action. You kind of take a look at what the
you're right.
It's the same font as the vintage packaging. Like that. I mean, just little things like that is what gets me on this.
That's great.
Nostalgia, you know.
Yeah.
That's a ThunderCats font. That's great.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The ever-living evil of Eternia. It's funny, like they have to come up with cool-sounding sub-names for these guys.
Yeah. So in this case, Skeletor was more expensive on Entertainment Earth at $36.99. So there's a few things where like EE is a little more expensive and then BBTS is more expensive, and they kind of jockey back and forth. But Amazon was the cheapest of all of them, and it's surprising. I'm like, okay, he should be a $29 figure. But look how amazing! I love like the photo of him, like, you know, his form there. He looks so good.
Oh, he does look great. Yeah, he looks awesome. Yeah, because it's funny because it totally gives you that like cartoon vibe too, where he's just like
Yes, but he like after he just transformed out of his he's like, who woke me up from my nap? And he's all he's all cranky.
I love it. Yeah, it's funny because we were having this debate right around like, are they going to be like packing two sets of wings in here? And you're right, they recolored the wings on one side and you just pegged them in on the other side. That's a cool idea. Yeah,
which is incredible because his tape is typically double-sided in two colors. If you look at any of the figures that we have from like Super 7, let's see, if you see on the top of my Cat's layer there, he has black on one side and red on the other, or the light up one has red there. That's kind of hard to see what's on the inside, but it is black. So he typically has, you know, black and red tape, you know, dual colored on the same tape. So that's totally apropos to how he should be.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks great. I'm glad we got to see his box, and also Roy Juarez and Fetch also they do the box art for this stuff, and he got to post this on his Instagram too, which is awesome.
That is so cool. Roy and Fetch, you guys did an amazing job. Thank you so much. Like, these look great. They really look great.
Yeah, now I'm like, okay, let's see, did Fetch? Yes, Fetch. Okay, I was like, okay, good, I remembered, right? Like, I don't want to credit the wrong artist.
Michael wants to know what I use to display my cat litter. So that is And I got to look at the name. It's a table from IKEA. It's like a, I forgot the size of the table, but it's a white melamine table with just 4 legs on it. And then I put a cube, like a 3x2 cube underneath it from Target. So yeah, and it was fairly inexpensive. It's just a regular white tabletop from IKEA, from like their office section.
Very cool. I know, it's like all the stuff that you need to buy just to display all this stuff.
Yes, I don't remember the dimensions. It's probably like 50 wide and then 40 deep or something like that. I don't know. I got to look.
Nice.
I'll find it.
All right, and we got another Dio shot of Battle Cat Man in a nice upshot. It looks awesome with all of his armor on.
Yeah. He looks really cool, and I love that you can see him without his little helmet, which is nice. I don't know which way I'm going to display him, but I kind of like seeing more of his head.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I don't like it covered. Like sometimes I just have his helmet off, which is nice.
Yeah, which I mean that is an homage to Battle Cat himself, because he does have the helmet that comes and covers like up to his nose. So I understand why they did that in the design. I like seeing this.
Yeah, he looks awesome like this. Yeah, and then we got to see what his armor looks like from the back. And they're probably reusing some of the turtles parts here, even though like it's a totally different symbol in the front. But this looks like the parts that the shell would plug into in the back of a turtle.
Absolutely, which is kind of hilarious, because there's nothing that he comes with that would plug in back there.
So we struck a chord in Sci-Fi Tsunami, and the one that I hate, leave Battle Cat as a mount. I don't want anything human in that form. Or I don't want anything in human form. It's all right. And yes, we are getting to Masterverse next. Sci-Fi Tsunami. I did see your comment earlier on in the stream. All right, yeah. So there's
the Baroness of Joy says his helmet almost looks like it's on backwards.
That's funny.
Maybe.
Sure.
the one on the left looks a little bit more ridiculous than the one on the right. So.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't pose they're nicely staged, but sometimes the accessories don't cooperate.
Yeah,
and they don't notice too. They're taking
they have wardrobe malfunctions like constantly.
Yes. All right, and now we are getting into just some of the kind of normal digital renders that they put out. So we saw this guy at Toy Fair. My gosh, Panthro at Arms looks awesome.
Yeah, he absolutely does. He has like a really cool mask. He's got a chained mace there. Of course, his classic nunchucks with a chain on it, which looks amazing. And then you can switch out, put his little furry hoop tops on them. And of course, he has his homages to Man at Arms with the little, I guess, head gear and his shoulder pauldron and ankle. So
really he looks great. It's funny because like it looks like he comes with a heck of a lot more than like Skelraw, even though he doesn't have like an extra head, but it looks like it's a deluxe figure, but it's a single carded figure.
I paid regular price.
Yeah. So it looks like you get like a deluxe pack out with some really cool weapons and accessories.
Yeah. He looks amazing, and his little I guess his straps or whatever have the right kind of like spiky on it. Like, because the figure of Panther always has nice little high spikes, so they did a really good job on that.
They did.
I love how it looks.
I like too that they have the little peg in here for his attachments. So kind of taking a page from that Turtles of Grayskull Krang figure.
That's really cool. So then you could attach that stuff too.
Good stuff. All right. So we saw what He-Man looked like at Toy Fair, but this digital render does not really look like I don't think I'm not recalling that he looks.
No, it's the angle, it's the straight on view. We saw it in the image with all of the figures that are in that cool Dio shot.
Yeah,
he looks like, and he looks so much better over there.
Yeah. So I want to go back to, let me go back to Panthro for 1 second. I wanted to plus in Sci-Fi Tsuname's comment. All those weapons make me wonder what what a Roboto would look like. Oh my gosh, a Roboto in ThunderCats would be freaking amazing. I would love that. Yeah. Would he be like a Robert?
Robert Verbal. Yeah, that'd be so cool. Speaking of Roboto, I did a very cool review of the Masterverse Roboto, and that is a great figure. If you haven't seen it, I have they look great. I mean, I'm looking at He-Man in that Dio shot. If you, I can share it if you want, so you don't have to scroll back up. But he looks really good. He actually looks really good. If you go back and take a look at this.
Oh yeah. I think I have that one. Yeah, I have that Dio shot as a separate one. But yeah, he looks awesome there. Jeez.
Yeah, he does.
With all of his gear
and
on.
I love that is like the attorney in Lion's head. Like literally the attorney in Lion's
head. Yeah. Brennan has a question. Yes. Is He-Man wearing a garter? Apparently he is.
I guess so. I don't know. And then look at his sword. Look how great his sword looks.
Yeah.
It sort of opens with his He-Man's power sword.
Yeah.
And the logo looks so sharp too.
Yes. Love the logo.
Display it with his little headdress. Like, would you use that? Well,
I think so, because I'm not a fan of I don't know if I'm a fan of the long hair and the ponytail. So I think
but you could always just change He-Man's head.
Yeah. I never think of that.
Yeah, I'm not a big, long haired fan either of male figures for some reason. Like that, I don't like the look of the little ponytail hair in the back. Yeah. So I mean, change the head stuff. But the rest of them look incredible.
Yeah, actually, you can keep that image up and just scroll up to Tigra. We can look at his other render in a second, but man, Tigra looks freaking cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the face shield is for.
It's for protection, for his pleasure.
So they're just trying to eternize him. His other armor is really cool. For me, I would probably leave that off. Tiger's head sculpt looks so great, but I mean, look at his little boots. He has his exposed little feet, which he's supposed to have, which he looks amazing. I can't wait for him. I love how his head sculpt looks so ridiculous.
Yeah, he looks awesome. Yeah, gotta protect
it. Oh, cool.
Yeah, all that good stuff, all the stuff that makes Tigra classic.
Yes, absolutely. And you have, I guess, the official image, one official image for Tiger as well. Correct?
Yes, and here he is. Yeah, so we get to see just some of the translucent. I like what they did with the translucent armor. I think that was really neat.
Yeah.
So there he is in classic form, stripped down to his Titan curlies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah. All the parts that you can make him MOTUized or just a regular Tigra. I think all the wrist cuffs come off of these too, because they have to be regular ThunderCats. Can't have ThunderCats.
Does he have his little elbow guard? That was the controversy on the Super Friends version.
Oh gosh, Giraffe, Evo Ronald McDonald.
Oh my god.
Now I can't unsee that. Thanks, Giraffe.
I know, and I like Ronald McDonald.
You love Ronald McDonald. You have a playset. You have a train set.
I have a freaking McDonald on playset, for God's sakes, in the next room.
Oh my gosh. Alejandro, Tiger is the only character who looks like he's wearing his underwear outside of his pants. Kind of is.
Oh, well, that's his little phrase.
Poor Tigra. But
He's,
lots of cool ThunderCats goodness.
Yes, so exciting. Can't believe that we're here for these, and I can't wait for them. Amazing. And you know, the funny thing is, when I looked at the dates, and I'm sure the dates will flip flop around, but like some of the Wave 2 stuff is shown before the Wave 1. Like my calendar shows June, which is really weird. But then like Lionel is like later in the year, but then some of the Wave 1 figures are showing up on Amazon coming before. So the dates are kind of all over the map.
Yeah, I think too, with the way that we got them so early, I don't think they've settled on dates yet. Like I think my new Eternia Roboto was supposed to get here in December of 2024, and that's not happened yet.
That's true, but I did get mine from BBTS. So.
Lucky. So, all right. So we've gone through the cartoon collection. We just went over the ThunderCats. We're just going to go over 2 more MOTU Origins things that dropped today. So we got the retro punching He-Man and Skeletor that was shown at Toy Fair, which was a total surprise. So, you know, this is the classic tooling where you can twist and punch, which is cool.
These look so freaking good. Don't mind the digital renders, because when you get to the official,
oh my gosh, the digital renders are crap. Oh my god, these are freaking amazing.
How good do these look? They finally nailed He-Man's head sculpt.
Yes,
he looks great.
Yeah,
thank you, Mattel. For once, he looks amazing.
Yeah,
and he's still up for pre-order. He was easy to get. Target got a coupon for some people, not me. And it's awesome that like these are in a 2-pack, so you don't have to like chase them down. It's
squishy heads.
This makes me so happy. Squishy head, and he's still up for pre-order. It did not sell out, which is awesome. They have enough for everybody.
Very cool. Yeah,
if you want to get it, order.
Not many people are buying these. Who knows? They're like, my wallet is tapped out from all of the other pre-orders.
Maybe, but like they look so good. They look so good. There's extra detail on their boots, extra paint apps, which look amazing, and then Skeletor has a little bit of extra paint apps on his chest armor as well. These so cool.
Yeah, they look awesome. Will with 1L, I believe that these are Target exclusives, and I don't know if Target does the first to market exclusives like Walmart, but this is the only place that you can get them and pre-order them right now. So just pre-order it. They're not going to charge you until it ships. If it comes up somewhere else, then just buy it somewhere else.
Absolutely.
So at least you can guarantee yourself a pack. Which I didn't do with that Target exclusive Star Wars retro pack that sold out pretty fast. I was like, darn it.
You didn't get it?
Well, I was like, I'll just wait. Sold out. Oh, bummer. No Target in Canada. That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is interesting. I remember seeing this and going like, why the heck are they painting all of this stuff on Skeletor's armor? And like, okay, yeah, these digital renders are horrible. I really don't want to look at them anymore, but I'm happy to see that it's more of like a classic armor.
Absolutely.
Like
those
style, color style, yeah.
Amazing. They have like a little bit of subtle color, like on the little bat, and then the jewel in the middle of his chest. And Skeletor, of course, he has some like black accents on his boots. Then He-Man has some really cool brown accents on his boots.
Yeah,
they look great. They absolutely
look awesome.
I am over the moon for these. I can't tell you. If you can't tell, that I'm excited. And Panther and Tiger should, eventually be
we just have the Amazon listings right now. They're not even supposed to go up for pre-order yet. So they're just super early. So sorry for messing with everyone's head.
Exactly. Twist the waist to unleash light power.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, here's how they looked in living color in Toy Fair. So yeah, these are going to be awesome. I can't wait to see the packaging though.
Yes, that's one thing they did not show was
No.
packaging. And
Yeah.
here on the actual photo, you can see like Skeletor's little like toes are painted as well.
Yeah.
They look really cute.
Yeah.
And the little ram head on his loincloth also has a little bit of color.
Yeah. Little premium decoration. Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're what I was hoping. So the Masters Instagram page posted like the card, Skelra and Lion-O's packaging, but I would really have loved like Roy to be the first one to like put that out. But he eventually did, but it should have been him kind of leading with that. So I'm assuming that he'll reveal the package probably in the coming weeks or months, depending on when they get the go ahead from the mothership, so to speak.
The mothership. Yes, the real battle axe. These are his vintage accessories, which is so great. It is great to see that. I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And let's see. It's twist and punch, dynamic arm swing. Let's see. Ready for old school, signature chest harness, sword, shield, and axe, havoc staff. All the stuff's removable. The two swords can combine to create the power sword. So here we go. That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny. The angles in here.
Did you see this? Sorry, reprints of 2 original Alfredo Alcala mini comics are included to add to the vintage box.
That's it. Yep. That's cool. Yeah, so it's going to be an awesome set.
Yes, you got to pick these.
Yeah, the stock photos recently are interesting, or the production images, because they seem like some of the colors seem a little off in these. I don't know if they're just overproduced or some of the coloring is a tiny bit off, but yeah, the colors also change from prototype to actual production too sometimes. So, all right.
I think they look amazing. I think the production photos look great. Oh, and the one thing we do want to point out though is a little faux pas on Target's part. They switched the descriptions for this and the sketchbook Cyclone. So if you look at Cyclone's description on his page, which is going to be a nice segue into our next topic, his says retro 2-pack.
Yes. Oh yeah, here it is. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, so this was a surprise. This is something that we knew was coming, but yeah, on Target's website, they have Masters of the Universe Origins Retro Punching He-Man and Skeletor for Cyclones thing, but the prices line up.
Anniversary, so the box is going to be.
Yeah, so this was fun to find this morning, and it's interesting because this is the first single carded retro sketchbook series figure. So it'd be cool to see what they do with that packaging. I'm guessing it's going to be similar design but single carded, which is neat.
That's really cool. I really like this because he kind of looks like a X-Wing fighter guy.
Yeah,
colors.
He does.
I mean, he's Cyclone, of course, but I don't know. He was giving me those vibes as well. I just.
Yeah, he looks really good, and in the regular concept art, if we scroll down, he came in 2 different forms, and so I was wondering which form they would do, but actually they answered that, and they made both of them.
Yeah, well, with his head sculpt, right? But I'm glad they picked the orange one because we already have a yellow Cyclone. And this is just going to be like a cooler, different color way on our disposal. Yeah.
Yeah, Cora, it's funny. Like, I didn't know what to expect, but yeah, I agree. He looks very cool. It's definitely stepped out of the 1950s science fiction magazine cover. I love that.
Yeah, he did. He even has the freaking old school zapper gun, right?
Oh, he does. Yeah, totally does. So cool. And I think what this has done too is given some mold and some parts to maybe complete a Strobo figure in the future. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Coming to Club Grayskull near you.
Eventually, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, here's his sci-fi leg. He's like, really cool. He's got the shades down, his helmet on.
I like that view of him.
Yeah. It reminds me of like how you might pose this figure.
Oh, I know. What he's giving me is like a laser tag feel. Oh, yeah. My. With this gun and his goggles.
You could totally you could army build these guys and just make your own like laser tag army.
Oh my god, that would be so cool. He's kind of also giving me kind of Captain Power vibes.
You're right. Yeah, I'm looking at my my Captain Power, and you're totally right. Totally does. I love Captain Power.
If he was like in blue and gold colorway.
Oh, Captain Power crossover.
MOTU crossover. How freaking cool would that be?
That would be awesome. That would be super cool. Yeah, so he is up for pre-order. Let's check and see if he is sold out or nope. He is still there. They're still calling him Retro Punching He-Man and Skeletor, which is fine. But you can still pre-order him. And I don't have the little checkbox anymore because I used my coupon. Sorry, Toy Sorceress. He's coming July 20th. So soon-ish.
Look at that. See, next time Mattel asks me, what do you think is going to make a good cop?
Captain Power.
Yeah, Captain Power. That would be awesome.
Yes, that would be cool. It's funny because I was looking for Spikor because Spikor is supposed to be another Sketchbook Series figure, but I guess they have to hold back stuff for Comic-Con. So there's a bunch of stuff that we know about that we're probably going to see live at Comic-Con.
Oh my god, I can't wait. It's
gonna be fun. Oh, look at that. And if I wasn't looking, if you flashed this already, Allison was like, Captain Power was a Mattel thing, so that would actually work.
I did, and I think she's absolutely right. I have Mattel, produced by Mattel. I've got some clothes figures here that I just can't get to. So there you go, easy peasy Mattel.
Version of Cyclone looks amazing. I wish I can get 2 more copies of him when I'm not broke. Oh my gosh, yeah, the reign of pre-orders is pretty insane. Which leads us to our Masterverse pre-orders. Those dropped yesterday as well, and it was fun because we got to see some cool official images of Terraclaw, Skeletor, and She-Ra. We were able to find Ninjor and She-Ra and Terraclaw Skeletor on Amazon, and they are significantly cheaper. So I would, if you're worried about the sting of your wallet, just pre-order them there.
Yes, absolutely. And the cool thing with both Terraclaw Skeletor and Ninjor is that both packages tease some pretty freaking amazing videos.
Yeah, they do.
So we got Cobra Khan and King Hiss on Skeletor's box because we saw the folded out entire artwork that Roy unveiled from his amazing team, and that those snakes right there, as I thought when we saw just the 360 box art, was indeed King Hiss. So that is really cool, really, really cool. And then Ninjor on his package teases the Sorceress, and I'm trying to remember what the other figure is around the corner, which I am looking for right now. But I'm so excited that there is a classic looking Sorceress on Ninjor's box. That is awesome.
It's you.
It is me. I was like so stoked when I saw that. But the other character is very cool too, and I'm just Scareglow. That was it. Scareglow's on the side of his box, a plastic looking Scareglow.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We don't have them here.
No, but man, these shots of Terraclaw Skeletor look freaking amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks so much better. The thing is, they have him with an articulated jaw, but none of the official images have him with his jaw articulated. But it is articulated on the box, which is interesting. But man, he looks awesome. And this is one that we saw at Toy Fair. But it's really cool just to see the paint apps. Like the Masterverse line is getting really detailed with their paint apps, and just they're making this line so good.
Yeah. King Randor and Roboto that I just got, like the figures look incredible. I can grab them later, but they both look really, really good. The quality of them is amazing. The attention to detail is fantastic, and just like such good fun. They're doing really good.
Yeah. What was awesome is we got to finally see Ninjor, which dang, I mean, they're really going all out for these figures, giving him multiple masks and all these weapons and accessories, and like look at his bow. It looks like it's like electrocharged, translucent bow. It's so cool.
It looks so cool. And is that a real like chain metal set of nunchucks that he has there?
It looks like it. It's neat. It's probably plastic, but it looks real. I would love it to be real.
Pretty real. So hopefully it is, so you can kind of
I have to go back to the description and see what those are. But actually, now I'm kind of curious to see
while you take a look at that. I'm actually going to. Oh, there you go.
Chest armor and nunchucks. Just says nunchucks fit in holster. So we shall see. Nunchucks with roll chain. Yep, there they go.
There you go.
That's awesome.
There you go. And what I was going to show you guys is Scareglow on the side of his box, which is awesome. So it's right there on the side of the artwork. That looks really cool. And then of course we saw the sorceress that was here at the front. So I can't wait. And Ninja looks so good. Like look at the art on here, and he's got like all these paint apps like on his shoulders, and that little dragon with the sword through it.
Yeah, we can see we can see the official images that
that
stuff.
Anyway, I just wanted to share the artwork.
But yeah, I mean, dang, Oni mask, and I mean all this stuff. Just seeing him all geared up, he looks freaking cool. Like this one would be one to buy multiple stuff. I don't know. We can like dress him up, dress him down. You can dress him as just a normal ninja. And yeah, he looks really, really neat.
He looks amazing.
Like this looks creepy. Like this reminds me of like a horror movie.
Yeah, I know. There's some like weird horror movie face. That one's going in the accessory bin, but the other face, like kind of like a booty mask or something.
Yeah. I wanted to plus in Sci-Fi Tsunami's comment. I wish fans would start supporting Masterverse more and stop gushing over Origins so much. I think because the Masterverse line, I think, has found its footing now. I think they were, I don't know if they were experimenting or just kind of, I don't think the previous Masterverse figures were that great. What they're doing now is freaking amazing. So if they keep doing this, I will be gushing more over these, and also equally to Origins. So,
but you know what it is about Origins? It's the vintage charm that pulls at our heartstrings, that makes us love MOTU because it reminds us of what we loved when we were kids, and that is why Origins is so successful. It's simplicity, and it's they're adorable. They're great looking figures. These, on the other hand, are incredibly detailed, and just really kind of honing in on the lore, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So I love the Masterverse line as well. Like I love when they do stuff like this. So I mean, dang, he looks freaking amazing. I was so excited to see him, and just getting to see this figure, because we're like, well, what the heck does he look like? We saw the one in the box, but I want to see more.
Exactly. No, he looks amazing. I'm so excited for him.
Yeah. He's gonna look rad. Oh yeah, and then there's all the fun box art. I don't know. Did everybody pre-order everything today? I don't know. It's a lot.
I know it is a lot. I think I pre-ordered most stuff. I want to hear from you guys. I kind of picked and choose on a few things, just because I couldn't. Yeah, but I left very little on the table. But just how about you, Mike?
Yeah, you know what I forgot to do is when I found Bo and Whiplash, I forgot to order them before I started getting really busy. So, but you know,
But you found them last night. I ordered them when you sent them to me last night.
Yeah, I think I put them in my cart, but just never checked out. But it's fine. Like they're not coming out for a while anyway.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, I do agree with Sci-Fi Tsunami on this point. They are the new like classics figures. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, and then we got to see official images through that fall catalog of what Cobra Khan and Tila are going to look like, and it's so funny. Like I need to bring this back. They have a coming soon for Hordak, and I'm like, why can't you just put the picture that was leaked? Because it's the same silhouette, it's the same figure. I'm like, why? That caused me that was so funny today.
You know what? Do you think they're still tweaking him, and maybe even that leaked photo is not like his final version?
Probably. I mean, it's that digital render that's on that white background, so I'm sure it's going to change. But like, I don't really know what else they could do. But maybe they just forgot. I don't know.
I'm sure they're probably making some minor revisions to it.
Yeah. But this confirms that all these 3 figures are coming in the next Masterverse wave. And thank you again to Coffre Geek for giving us the Amazon links, because they're all in stock and you can order them now and you don't have to worry about them, and they're at a reasonable price. These are at $22 versus the other ones that are.
Check them again, because I checked them this afternoon when they were. So they are again now. Okay, well that's good. So I guess they were going in and out of stock, and they're all back in stock again. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, the release dates on here say August 8th, which I think kind of ties in with how far out I thought this wave would be. But yeah, Cobra Khan looks interesting.
Yeah.
I think they put the final. Do they put the final production images in here? Some they do and some they don't. But he's got little Clawful's claw, which is fun. Mm-hmm. He looks a little basic for a Masterverse figure, but I love seeing like the first Snake Men in Masterverse, which is cool.
But I mean, if you look at like the original Cobra Khan figure, that's basically what he is. He doesn't have any chest armor. It's just like kind of his naked body, whatever you want to call it, that with the little scaly thing. So they really translated him into his Snake Man form, and at least they gave him his butted head.
Oh, interesting. Allison has a great point. She says, my understanding is this was supposed to drop the last week of March, but they held it back until after the tariff drop so retailers could adjust their charge accurately out of the gate instead of adjusting later. That's a great point. Yeah, and maybe this is why this got pushed into the beginning of April. And it was weird because Entertainment Earth had an April 3rd and an April 4th drop date. So I think they were kind of hedging their bets on, what day this would drop, and they ended up going with the 3rd, which was cool.
Yeah. So I kind of agree with Brennan. He's, not super exciting, but I'm still going to get him because I like Cobra Khan. Hopefully we can swap out the claw hand so you can have an alternate hand. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Camo Con Classics figure. I think that had claws on it too.
Do you think it doesn't look like his jaw's articulated, but it would have been cool if it was, because then you could have like opened it and have like a spinning effect.
Yeah, so
maybe an alternate head. I don't know.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember what we were told about this figure, and I can't recall off the top of my head, but it doesn't come with a spitting. Oh, you know what it does? The hood on the back of his head is removable, so you can take it off. So he doesn't have an alternate head. You can take off the hood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there is a little line at the back of his jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it is able to look like.
I don't think so. It didn't say anything about spitting effects. in what I was told. It was pretty much a basic design. The only thing that was interesting about it was the removable hood versus like packing it with an alternate head sculpt. And then Tila looks good. You know, she looks kind of basic too, actually. I think I read on Instagram that, or somebody commented that this is more of her golden book appearance than anything else. Like both of these figures don't look that New Eternia eyes, if you will, for me, but I think she still looks great.
Yeah, her skirt looks a little short for my taste. Like it's a little high.
Yeah. Definitely got the mini uniform going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. It's a solid wave. It's got, you know, a heroic warrior, a horde, and a new snake man. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's cool. It'll be great.
So all of the stuff. I'm sure that when the official images come out, we'll see what she comes with. I'm sure she's going to come with a shield and some other accessories too. So good stuff. Yeah, it's a cool wave. I wish they would have released like these official images too, just along with everything. But this makes me hope that we'll see some of this stuff at Comic-Con. So like we'll see Tila in real life, we'll see Cobra Khan, we'll see Hordak, and in that really cool display. And we can stream it live because we got all that worked out last time.
Yes, thank you all for being patient with us for the first time about all the kinks. This year you're gonna have much better footage with all of that. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. And the MOTU docs were incredible. There was just so much news coming out. I don't know if we have anything else to talk about in the MOTU world. We've got lots of other news to cover as well.
No, I think that was it. Like this was a lot today, and it's also a lot to process too. Like, you know, I'm sure that people see this stuff at different times of the day. They order stuff at different times of the day. And so like for us, it's kind of like of drinking from a fire hose when all this stuff comes out. But, you know, we're in service to everybody who watches us and visit our website just to get this stuff out and assembled in a way that is meaningful to our readers and can provide a good viewing experience. So we hope you all appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank you you were amazing up at 4 a.m. getting all this stuff out this morning. Thank you. Oh my gosh,
all good.
How hard you worked. It was
all good. It's fun when you start your day at 4 a.m. The stuff that you can get done. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm gonna talk about the Super Friends just to get it out of the way quickly because we've got some other GI Joe stuff. So I'm just this is the in between the sandwich of Motu and Joe. So we're gonna go with a little bit of cheese and meat, I guess, if you want to call it that. So, Super Friends Wave 1 launched for pre-order today. We saw them on display at New York Toy Fair. Then Wave 1 consists of Batman, Green Lantern, Sinestro, and Lex Luthor as their cartoon versions from Super Friends. And these are 6-inch figures, if I'm not mistaken, so a little bit smaller scale than the larger 7-inch McFarlane figures. They look great. They really look like their cartoon-inspired counterparts. They're all up for pre-order. And unfortunately, for me, I didn't notice that Entertainment Earth had their case pack because there were 2 more figures on display at New York Toy Fair, which was a chase version of Batman. He's kind of like red looking. I forget which episode he's from. It's just not coming to me right now. And there was also a Riddler figure that was on display. I'm just trying to scroll down to that. They were all part of that case pack, and I missed out because they weren't shown there, but it was on the little list, and they sold out on Entertainment. But this is what that case would look like. The thing that I love about these figures is they come with some really cool accessories. Sinestro has a little communicator, and then he's got this cool set of pliers that's like kind of gold, so it looks like he's controlling it with his power ring. The packaging is super cute and retro. Yeah, with Super Friends on the back there. And then Lex Luthor also has like a little device as well, and he comes with trying to see what this a crystallizer ray, and then Legion of Doom radio, so you can talk to the rest of his baddies, which is really cool. So he totally looks like the stuff that. And then of course we have Green Lantern, and he's got his little Hall of Justice communicator, which is awesome, and then like a power ring bat in green, which is really cute. He doesn't come with his normal lantern, which is kind of funny. So that's totally episode inspired. And of course you get Batman with the blue batarang, and I believe he also has a Hall of Justice communicator. So these are really cool. I'm glad you were stoked, Texas Toyotic, and yeah.
Nice.
All right. So now, I don't know if you have anything else to add about the Super Friends, and then we can dive into.
I don't. You did a great job. That's what I have to add.
So anyway, super excited. I love the Super Friends. It was my favorite cartoon growing up.
Yay!
To see that there's this line, and I guess McFarlane is going to be losing their license at the end of the year, so hopefully they'll pump out a bunch of figures all at once. And next up, without good segue, because we're going to GI Joe now. I don't know how you segue from superstars, but we've got all these new Joes that are going to be going up for pre-order on April 15th through Entertainment Earth's Drop Zone. I'll let you elaborate a little bit more, but there is Battle Armor Cobra Commander, a new version of Major Blood, Snake Eyes version 3 in his paintball outfit. We got Monkey Wrench. We got the Cobra Claw with a claw pilot.
Yes.
Or version 4, sorry. Snake Eyes version 4. You can know.
Yeah. We've seen this render before. He looks good. He's got some nice blood on his sword. I'm not super excited about a new Snake Eyes, but whatever. They need to make all the Snake Eyes. But yeah, it's funny with the
line, right?
What's that?
I said they need to pay for the line somehow. Just make more Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, with this, with the release of this entire wave, that caused us to kind of go back to the Full Force podcast list. So he readjusted his list. So originally Monkey Wrench and Monkey Wrench and Snake Eyes were supposed to be part of like a Yojo June wave, but it looks like they pushed that up. So Sci-Fi and Night Viper are still on that Yojo June list. But yeah, so pre-order coming out is Mr. Snake Eyes V4. If you go down, we can see some other digital renders that were released as well along with this. Oh, Monkey Wrench. So we finally got to see what Monkey Wrench is going to look like, and he looks friggin' sick. I love that.
Look at his like crazy like gas mask thing too.
Oh my gosh, I love that. He's got like a seat belt that's holding his like grenade bandolier across.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. He's got totally old school seat belt. That's hilarious.
My gosh, yeah, he's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I like Monkey Wrench as a vintage figure. He was just kind of crazy also in the cartoon. But yeah, they did his like trident weapon really nicely, and yeah, I love the alternate head he comes with too. So it's kind of neat. It's
funny because it looks like he kind of like mashed this thing together, and the grip is like wrapped as well as his other grip. So it's kind of like he kind of stole some of these from guys. And, they're like used weapons.
The scavengers that they are.
Yes, absolutely. He looks great. I love his ripped jeans. This takes me back to like we're all ripping our jeans.
Oh my gosh!
That's a $50 pair of jeans. What the hell are you doing to it?
Now they come pre-ripped. So
yes, they come pre-ripped now. But we used to rip our jeans on purpose.
Yeah,
and do some cool customs Stronach, which look great. Just to give you an idea of what he looks in plastic form. Absolutely love this figure. And then Major Blood. So what do you think about Major Blood? There's not like a whole lot of changes on him, but maybe you're a little more.
Yeah, just some paint. I think some paint apps. Yeah, I'm wondering why they're doing that versus just releasing a retro carded version of him and just calling him good. Like, maybe are people upset that they couldn't get the Cobra Island version? Maybe, who knows?
I think they probably might still have like a retro version up their sleeve, and they're kind of like reissuing him in slightly different colors because he was hard to get. They probably have another one in the pipeline.
Oh yeah, totally. With their multitude of actually they're kind of light on their pipeline reveals now. They've kind of blown their whole wad recently.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So here we have Cobra Commander.
Oh my gosh.
And battle armor. And then did you notice like the alternate head? He has like really like snake looking eyes as opposed to like the human ones in this one.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, I guess that's a great way to get more bang for your buck for the money that they're putting into this. Just reprint the helmet and change the eyes a little bit. I love it. Yeah, one of my favorite versions of Cobra Commander. I love this guy. I'm excited about it.
He looks great, and you want these little.
Yeah, and he comes with little Serpentor.
Oh my god, I know. Look at that.
There he is.
This is the iguana pet. That's awesome.
I love it. Now we have two versions of Serpentor, which is awesome. We have the real version and the iguana version.
Exactly. That's really cool. That's really cool. And I love, those little like red holster here. Just the colors on him. And then you can see he's got legs. And then of course we have the Cobra Claw with the awesome Cobra Claw pilot, which is a female, which is really cool. She looks great with a couple alternate heads and her little helmet here. And then the Cobra Claw looks incredible with we've got little lights on it, and of course I love the little like strap thing right there to like hold the figure in, which is more realistic.
Yeah, because you don't just like plug something into your back and just stay.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you scroll down, this is one that they showed off at Toy Fair, which was fun. So it kind of gives you the scale of like how big this thing actually is, which is neat.
Yeah, and it's not like ginormous because if you look at it like next to this snake armor, which is huge.
Oh yeah.
It's good because it pick up like a ton of room on your shelf. So it's still, you can still technically like put this on display and then stand two figures like kind of in front of it. It's not a huge real estate.
Oh yeah, I wanna plus in Roman's comment. Yeah, Blood does have a different buck than the first version. I think it's pinless shoulders and pinless something else. I forget. I'm not a big articulation person, so apologies for that. But yeah, he does have a different buck. You're right.
Yeah, absolutely. So these look great. They're going to go on pre-order on April 15th, which is in a little over a week, about a week and a half. And look out for those because we'll be covering all of those when they drop.
More. Oh my gosh, April's going to be. Geez, your wallet, man, in April. Holy cow. Yeah, if you collect all this stuff, paying for all this stuff is another thing.
Just continue with the classified news. There were some leaked images of Sergeant Slaughter and the Mercer Renegades, and then we had some name only reveals as well, which is cool. So you can see his parts here. So
it looks like he's going to be taking on that convention exclusive look from, I forget what year that was, but yeah, I guess from that announcement on the 15th of March, he's coming packed with Mercer. And so they're doing, I guess, the Renegades in two instances, one Sarge, one Mercer, and then I'm sure Taurus and Red Dog will come as a 2-pack as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Brennan Barnes, Iraqi heel Sarge. This is funny because this is the Sergeant Slaughter that I saw when I went to WrestleMania 7. He was with, I think, Adnan or something like that in the WWF at the time, and he looked exactly like that. It's funny.
That's so funny. And then, of course, we talked about Night Viper and Sci-Fi name only reveals. So those are really cool. And the other bit of Joe news that came out was the Reaction Plus Wave 3 figures dropped for pre-order. They're actually in stock on super7.com. All the links are here. If you order through our site, that would really help us. It helps support the channel. Mine are already shipped. I ordered them yesterday. Yours too? Wonderful. Yep. Well, they're on their way. If you want them right away, you can get them from super7.com. They're the same price, which is awesome. And then you can also pre-order them if you want to wait longer from BBTS or Entertainment Earth. Highly recommend you get them from Super 7 because they ship them super quickly and they pack them nicely. So you should get them in great condition. These are gorgeous hardbacks. So there's Cold Slither Zartan, Arctic Cobra Commander, the cartoon version of Wild Bill in his orange and blue outfit, but he looks really cool. And then you get yet another Snake Eyes version 2 in his cartoon look as well. And we got to see what their hardbacks look like, which in more detail, and then these incredible Dio shots. So Cold Slither Zartan seems to be the flavor of the month. Awesome.
That's crazy.
He just like rocked out with his little car. How cute. Cool. And then yet another Cobra Commander, but he's in his Arctic battle gear here. Because it gets cold where he's at. He needs his little snow jacket. And then I love Wild Bill. I think this one's my favorite of the whole wave. Yeah. Always been a fan of him.
Yes.
He totally looks like my dad. Like
that's funny.
I know.
Got a 6-shooter and 6 fingers on his card art. Yeah.
But he looks so cool. Super excited to Bill. And then we have.
I think that's my favorite one out of the wave too.
Oh, Bill?
Yeah, I think he's cool.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, he has a little bull belt buckle.
Yeah.
He's gonna ride in my freaking General Lee. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh, I would never think to put him in a General Lee, but like very creative. I love that.
I'm gonna have to take photos of that. That's gonna look so cool because
you will.
It's gonna take it from Bone for a joyride.
That would be so much fun.
Yes. So that was our Joe news. And if you've been asleep for the last day and a half, you can catch up all the news on toyhabits.com because we have everything covered from head to toe. And then here are those incredible reviews. And I don't know if you have more to add to this. I want to do a little something before we wrap up as well.
No, actually, if you just scroll down to the Snake Lair post for a sec, I think I've been seeing a bunch of questions either through chat or through Instagram or YouTube presence, like what is up with the Snake Lair? And so based on what Axel Jimenez has been posting for the last couple months, just random things here and there, it sounds like the Snake Lair is still on. It's still in production. We did put a poll in this post if you want to take it. So we were like, we want to re-poll fans to see if they want that classic clamshell or that beast of a playset that was revealed at SDCC, or do you want an option for both? Do you want to have it your way, baby, like Burger King? So you can go there and take that poll and actually scroll down. I want to see how many people have taken that already. So not bad. That's 362 already. So that's pretty cool. So all right.
Letting me vote. Oh, have it your clamshell concept is killing it.
Yeah, I think statistically, if I ran some data analysis on that, he would be the statistical winner on that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of having it your way, I just had to have way too much fun with King Randor. So if you check out my in-hand review, he's having it his way, baby. I just had to do it.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh my god, I love it. He is so like Burger King.
Any Randor you get is gonna get that treatment.
The burger seems like so much bigger in his hand for some reason. Like I don't know, it seems
the angle.
Bigger, which is odd.
Giraffe's he likes the logo on the crown.
Yes, is
he getting royalties? Is he getting royalties? Is Randor royalty getting royalties for this?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
And then I just want to plus in a couple of comments to go back on the superpower stuff. Texas Soyax says that he's super stoked and hopes that we get Cheetah and Giganto. Let's hope the line gets that far. And I haven't inquired Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog yet because I don't think that I don't remember if they've made figures of those back in the past, but I have to see if they did and track them down. But these guys are really cool. Before we sign off, I was going to share a couple quick little hauls, and then I had a shout out to give to somebody because I got to participate in something kind of cool last Sunday. But a big shout out to, I believe it was our viewer Ace last week. They gave me the heads up on where to get the count. And sure enough, I was able to find him at the Target that he described. Thank you for your comments during our episode last week. And I got one for me. I picked one up for the Baroness as well. Have not had time to open him all week because I've been that busy. But thank you for the tip because I was able to get him. And then I think yesterday afternoon I did a Target run and I found NECA cartoon Shredder. I don't really collect the NECA figures from Ninja Turtles, but I love this version of Shredder because he looks like the cartoon. And then I found Wonder Woman from the costume.
Love those.
Yes. So I wanted to give a shout out to a group of people that are so incredible. I watch a lot of different YouTube channels from time to time. And there's a team at a store, and I'm sure you probably ran into them at like PowerCon. They're called Eternia Dreams. They had a booth at PowerCon, but they have a large store in Maryland, and they've got a YouTube channel. And the owners, Alan and Nikki, they're a great couple. They have amazing episodes, but they went above and beyond to help customers, and they have so much great vintage stuff in their store. And I'm always watching it and being like, I wish I could shop there, but it's across the country. So they actually allowed me to have a virtual tour. Nikki spent like 40 minutes on the phone with me on her iPhone and took me around the store. And I made a little list before I had this little appointment. And I got to go shopping virtually at Eternia Dreams in their store in Westminster, Maryland, which was incredible. And she went ahead and got everything packed up for me and sent me tracking. And it was like the funnest experience I got to have to get to shop in a store that just was not available to me because it's on the other side of the country. So they got a huge storefront in the mall. And if you haven't seen their YouTube channels, just Eternia Dreams, but they've got amazing product. I've seen them at various different toy shows from time to time. They had a huge booth at PowerCon last time when we were there in 2021. But they have amazing, incredible vintage things, hearted MOTU, GI Joe, like turtles, like everything you can imagine. And so I picked up some cool stuff, and it's arriving on Monday. And when I get that box, I'm going to share it on next Friday's show and show you what I picked up. There are some random things in there. Something that was very cool that was like custom as well, that was featured on one of their episodes, and he still had it available, which was great. So huge shout out to Alan and Nikki. Thank you for your hospitality, and thank you for allowing me to go shopping in their store. And if you want to participate, if you watch them on YouTube and you want to have a virtual tour, reach out to them on Facebook. You send a little message to their sales team and they'll get back to you, and they'll actually schedule an appointment and take you on a tour of their store and let you shop while you're on Facebook with them.
That's so freaking cool.
Yes, it was great. So it was such a wonderful experience. And I wanted to give them a shout out because they were just so kind and hospitable. And I've never had an amazing, store owner like this to go through that much trouble to go above and beyond. And then you can shop for stuff on the website. So big shout out to Attorney of Dreams. Thank you guys for helping make that experience so much fun. And I'll share my haul from them next week.
I can't wait to see it. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. Joshua and Hal, do not worry. Sorry that you had to get held over at work. You toy hole, never be late to our show. Come on now. I'm just kidding.
But the good thing is you can watch it on the replay.
That's true. Replay squad. That's awesome. That's so cool that they spent all that time with you. Like whenever does that happen? Never.
It doesn't. And it was a Sunday afternoon. It was the last hour that the store was open. And the great thing is, like I said, I've watched episodes. There was some of it was parts of stuff that I needed to complete, kind of rare items that I have, that I've seen Alan show on his episodes. Because I have so many MOTU parts, and now I'm going to actually be selling these things. It's so rare for me to get the pieces it goes to. So I'm like,
so cool.
So yeah, they were able, even down to those little things.
Yeah,
it was great. And then I got one kind of big item that was pretty cool. So you guys will see it next week.
Yeah, that's super cool because you would never ever get to that store ever.
No,
unless you drove there.
No, not at all. Look how big it's a huge. They have two stores. There's one located in Westminster, Maryland, and the other one is in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. That one's a newer location. It's a smaller location at like an outlet mall. This one's in an actual indoor mall.
Nice.
And it's huge, and they have so much product and just incredible stuff. So check them out. Yeah, Eternity of Dreams and Toy Federation, they're friends, which is great. And I know Pixel Dan has been to the store, and they all hang out. Great channels. Shout out to Toy Federation as well. I know, Ryan on Toy Federation always jokes around and says, Disneyland doesn't come to you. You have to come here. So he wants you to come to the store, which is great. And he has incredible stuff too. But Alan allows you to go shopping through a virtual tour.
Oh, that's cool.
It's so cool. So take advantage of that because they're amazing. I love to support local shops like this. And they work so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
awesome.
Very cool. Wow, that was a lot today.
Yes, it was a lot.
But it was fun hanging out with everyone and also getting to talk to you about all this stuff because this is the only time we get to do it, which is great. Oh boy, Dominoes!
Chucky's gonna fall over.
Chucky.
Yes, everything that dropped was incredible. Such a great time to be a toy collector, and I hope we can ride the little economic bumps in the road to get through this, and hopefully we can come out on the other side and still be able to enjoy this hobby. But just so much incredible news.
And this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of the year. There's still Comic-Con, there's still PulpCon, there's all this stuff to get through.
And it's the beginning of our 10,000K celebration. These bubbles are not cooperating with me.
Are they vintage?
They are. They're like, this bottle is, I don't know how old. I like to dig it out of the garage.
I love it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. This whole month of April, we will celebrate everyone here, our love of toys, and it's awesome that we get to share this time together.
Absolutely. So be sure to tune in to all of our episodes live during the month of April, where we're going to be doing giveaways at every single one after this one. And you got to be in the chat and living in the U.S. Okay? And tune into the last one, especially because that's when we're giving away MOTU. So you don't want that. April is going to be so much fun.
Yes.
You're welcome. And huge shout out to Vlad. You are amazing.
Where are the fireworks?
It's not easy being cheesy. And again, thank you for Ace for the heads up on the count. 1, 2, 3. I can't wait to.
So cute.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we'll see you next week. And have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.